Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Good
Rav.
evening, Rabbi.
Do you know the topic of today?
What's the topic?
Yes, Rav. My child has no motivation at all, like a car without a motor. What should I do?
Very good. Okay. Okay. What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? Anybody have advice for us, maybe? So here we go. A lady is saying that a child, 9 years old, the firstborn of the family, giving us a lot of agony. And we don't find a way to change the situation. From year to year, it's becoming worse and worse. Meaning is more passive, more apathic, having disinterest to everything that's happening in school. He don't do nothing all day. And we're busy with him all day. It looks to us that if we were not going to push him, nothing will move. Starting from waking up in the morning and ending when you're going to sleep. He's not even arguing with us. He makes himself deaf. Whatever we tell him, like not concerning him. Also from the yeshiva, we get a telephone call that says, your child is a good child, is a wasted talent. He has the talent, but he has no motivation. He's not exercising his potential. So she told me, we as parents, we feel that we are a failure. You hear the question?
Yes.
You hear the complaint?
Yeah, it's very sad, actually.
Okay. It's very sad because many kids, if you're not going to push them to do homework, they're not going to do it. If you're not,
Right, but I think what got me was that he's not even arguing like the Rav said. Like,
yeah,
many kids argue against it, but he's not even protesting. Like,
No.
he just doesn't care.
well, is so. When you hear such a thing, it looks like there is no hope. What can you do? Whack this child. You remember the days when the radio on this, it didn't work. We used to give him his bank. All of a sudden, it started to work. Did you remember this day?
We're the only ones that remember.
Yeah. No sound, you give him a whack and bingo. Yeah, it's starting. Okay. So now, let me bring to your attention a different approach that you're not used to it. בכלל לא. I think even whatever I said until now, it was a big news for all of us. Yes, the approach, or the whole mindset have to change. So maybe I'll try to make you open up a new window how to look at the situation. Did you see once small kids? Are they, when they starting to crawl, what happened? Aren't they going to every closet?
Yes.
What are they looking for?
Curious.
The curious, right?
Yeah.
When they're starting to walk, bigger problem. Then they're opening the drawers and they take everything out. And who knows what else they're doing? Why? They're curious. They're curious. They want to know what's going on. So I didn't see yet a child, a baby that is passive or lazy. They're always on the move, always. And they're doing it with enthusiasm and with happiness, right? Nobody told them to do it. They're doing it on their own. Meaning they're motivated. They want to run in this room, that room. If you don't block the stairs going up, they'll go up also. You have to put a gate by the stairs that should not go up. What are you looking up there? There is no chametz there. Now, how much effort he put in order to stand up? They stand, he falls, again he stands, again he falls, again he stands. When he's starting to walk, right? Does he fall?
Yes.
So he said, okay, that's it. I'm done.
No, it doesn't give up.
He get up again. Very motivated. So now all of a sudden, the motor of the child starts to lose his koach. He becoming passive, not interested, no motivation, nothing to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. How did it happen? Can you tell me how did it happen? What happened to the child? All of a sudden?
I think it's from a lot of criticism, putting down, no encouragement. The child has no motivation because it feels like he is lacking something.
That's the problem. If you going to criticize, he'll do 50 times more.
Is it because the child doesn't believe in himself?
Anything else? Say it, no? Why the child all of a sudden decided to be passive, not interested?
No motivation.
Apathic.
No challenge, nothing new. Nothing new.
Close.
No.
Motivation? Not there.
Motivation, why he lost the motivation?
The parents aren't challenging them. They're not giving them what to explore. Like constantly saying, okay, stop, be quiet. Maybe they
Okay?
But Rav, isn't it also Yetzer Hara? Because the less we do, the less we want to do. You know, like the body just wants to rest. They don't want to do much.
No, Rina, no. No,
routine.
no. You puzzled, yes? You puzzled?
Very much.
Yes,
Yes, very much.
yes.
Fear.
Fasten your seatbelt, please. Because now we're gonna drive on a very bumpy road that you're not accustomed to. And don't jump on me before I'll finish. Because I'm going to say things that totally against what we understand. There are parents that they took upon themselves and they think their job is to design the child, to shape the child. And they take all the responsibility for this job. They're learning the subject very well. They're rolling the sleeves and they're going to the journey. What is the outcome? The child leaves everything for the parents. They decided to shape him up. They want to design him for the way that they want to design him. So he sits there, right? Did you see one artist that taking a picture of a lady or a man, right? Do you do anything?
No, you just stand still or sit still.
That's it, there we go. Meaning the parents became the artist and the child became the object. So he's not taking any responsibility. And since there is a law that you must send your child to school, even it's a state law. So that the kid says, this is not our problem. The parents have the obligation to send us to school. It's not my problem. And if the parents doing it with kol kavanot, and they take upon themselves to take all the responsibilities, professional. So what left for the child? What the child have to do?
Nothing. Everything is done for him.
Rav, I'm a little confused though.
I knew it. Okay.
But investing in your child is not a bad thing.
You have to know how to invest.
So the way the Rav is describing it is the wrong way. Basically, I guess down the line today, can Rav make that comparison between the right and the wrong way? Please.
I told you fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, we're ready.
You're not gonna like so much what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
But
very
I'm gonna say it out loud and clear.
We need it, Rav. We need it.
Because the child has nothing to worry about. Ima will talk to the Mora, Ima will talk to the principal, and Ima will wake me up. Ima will, why should I move? בכלל? Tell me something, if somebody sees a donkey, he will go by foot?
No, he would use a donkey.
Here we go. So we making our kids passive, not interested. Why? Because school responsibility is my Ima responsibility, is my Abba responsibility. Is it our?
No, it's not.
We are the helpers. But we took the stand of what? It's our responsibility. That's why they're taking your eyes out with the homework. So now here, the parents became the private secretary of the child, or the servant of the child, that she fix all the metaphor. You are Mr. President. Ima and Abba will be the Shamashim, the Shamash. Why should he wake up if he knows that Ima will wake him up? Now, responsibility, it's impossible that it will be in the hands of two people. Can you leave the kitchen with two cooks?
No.
That's literally a disaster.
It's already disaster, right?
Yeah.
Because now each one will blame the other one. Responsibility is for one. There is one that is in charge. Or the child will take responsibility, or the parents will take responsibility. Both of them cannot do it. If we decided to be responsible, so the child will be careless. My advice to all of you, leave the responsibility by the child. When he meet the consequence, the natural one, and he paying the price for his actions on what he does and what he doesn't do. Do we let them have it, yes or no? When was the last time that the parent over here said to the child, You don't want to do homework? Okay. No. You want to fail? Okay, fail. When was the last time?
I was just actually sharing with my husband, that's exactly where we go wrong and we don't even realize it. Like my son tonight was giving me such a hard time about homework, and 5 minutes before bedtime decided to just move himself a little bit. And when he couldn't find his sheet, I felt responsible to need to call another parent if they could send me the sheet. And then I came to my senses and I said, what are you doing? Why is this your problem?
So
He's gonna do it tomorrow.
You are his secretary. He
Right.
doesn't even pay you.
He didn't even care. He went back to the floor to play.
Why
It
should
didn't
he
even
care?
bother him. He didn't
Why?
care.
It's your problem. It's not his problem. Why should he care?
Right. And that's where I finally thankfully was like to him, no, you know what? Time is up. It's time for bedtime. You didn't do your homework. You'll do it tomorrow. That's it.
That's it.
Like
Rob, can I
let
ask a question?
suffer the consequence.
Yes.
So let's say my children are 9 and 7 and they do their homeworks on their own. They're responsible for it, let's say, right? So to what extent, let's say they do it and then we'll go over, let's say, a math question that they don't understand, right? Let's say my daughter. To what extent do we get involved? Do we help them study for a test after they tried, or do we just
When
completely
they
let them
calling
do it on their own?
when they calling you for help, okay? First of all, you say, I think that you can do it on your own. You're smart enough to figure it out.
But you see, they cannot come up to that. They're not understanding. Do you explain
Okay,
to them?
so then I can come as a helper, but still not my responsibility. I came as a chesed now to do for you.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Meaning we're teaching our child not to carry the consequences of his actions. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Why not? How is he going to learn for every action that you take? There is a consequence. He can stay in his bed. Why is he still in bed? Because he knows mommy will come to wake him up. And Ima will find him the shoes. And Ima will run to do him the breakfast. Here is Mr. King, and the parents have to be the servants. So why should they be interested? When was the last time he decided to wake up late? There is no time for breakfast. Habibik, when you wake up late, no time for breakfast. Bye-bye, shalom. If not, 1 second. If not, if he used to everything that he wants, he'll get. One day he will go to a hotel and he will see what I saw. You will see it. They're saying breakfast is from 6 to 10. You think he cares? So he's coming at 10 o'clock and the door already, breakfast time is over. I say, what do you mean is over? he doesn't know that if you're sleeping late, that's the consequence. בכלל is not in the program. And I saw it in my own eyes. Fighting with everybody. I'm paid, I deserve my breakfast. So they're telling him, you see, it's from 6 to 10, we had 4 hours. Where were you? You say, what do you care what I'm doing? Such a chutzpah he had. He said, I paid, I am demanding breakfast because his parents never taught him that there is a consequence over here.
Rav,
Yes,
what if, let's say talking about morning routine with the example that the Rav brought up with the child waking up late, for instance. What if the consequence quote is not drastic enough to teach the child a lesson? For example, so he won't show that he's bothered by the fact that he missed the opportunity to eat breakfast or to take it with him, let's say.
okay.
And you feel like he's not really learning much from the experience. But then like you wouldn't like leave him home alone kind of thing where you're like all leaving already, everyone's out the door and he's not ready. Does that make sense? Like one of the consequences or pushing it too far is just pushing it too far, meaning like it's something that we can't actually go through with. How do we teach that? Like when the other consequences, the child is careless to.
So the problem is that today the mothers are going to work. If the mother will stay home and he missed the bus, I'm not going to take you to school.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to take you to school. I'm not your driver. So you're going to stay home, bored, and don't let him play with no phones and no games and no clues. Sit like this.
And what about the working moms? And there's no one left at home.
That's a problem.
It's mamish an issue because you can't tell the child, hurry up, we're leaving and you're going to be left. You can't, because you're not going to follow through with leaving him home alone. And then you're stuck. You don't know what to say. And this child is just taking his sweet time. Could care less. And that's why you're at a loss. You're losing.
I'll tell you what I will do. I'll find a babysitter that he doesn't like.
But who's going to come to you at randomly?
There are people.
I don't know such people.
For you do everything.
We have a cleaning lady who stays in the house. Can we leave him with a cleaning lady?
She will do. He will drive her to the walls.
Yeah.
You need someone got a tough cookie. I'm not gonna leave you. He might say not to let you, and he's gonna protest and say, I don't want to stay home anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Take his kishkes out.
Right. Thank you, Rav.
Let's say he has a test. I'm sure that the parents more feel the tension more than the child. I had a couple of Shlom Bayit. I couldn't believe my ears. The child having bar mitzvah. And the father sitting on his case, you have to go over the psukim, you have to do you're gonna. Why it became your problem? And he's killing the child. The more he does it, the more the child is going backwards. And so I told him, why is your problem? You already passed your days of the bar mitzvah. Let him have it. He doesn't know. He will read and will get embarrassed. Good for him. The problem is that you're afraid that you'll get embarrassed. You should not.
Also, Harav, when the parents are too controlling, the child, besides motivation, loses confidence. It's
That's
never
beside the
good
point.
enough. It's never good enough. Anyway, they don't think I can do it.
Yeah, we spoke about it, but here where the problem will start. They want to shape him up to design a child. A child you cannot design. He has to design himself. So now what happened? Ima, did you learn for the test that you have tomorrow? Did you learn? What happened? The motor of the car already was shut down long time ago. He doesn't need a motor. Ima has her own motor that from remote control, she is pressing there, you have a test tomorrow. Now, which motor is working now? Ima's one or the child one? With which motor is working now?
The mother.
The mother motor is working. The child is already turned off the motor a long time ago. Ima coming. Did you learn? You're gonna fail, and you have to learn. And she sits on his tail, nagging him, this much. Why? None of
Sir,
the business. Yeah.
if you feel that a child needs more help or more practice in, let's say, math, right? So you should just leave them be and let them face the consequence of like not being as strong in that area, or should you
It's-
hire a
it-
tutor and
if you're doing what I am telling you to do, and the school will tell you we think that your child needs help, then you find him help, a tutor or something, but again, it's not your responsibility.
okay, so if the child is on grade level, then you leave them be and they will get to it on their own, correct? Do not pressure and go over it and okay. Thank you so much.
Tell me something. If my friend offering to take me to where I have to go, should I take my car also?
No.
No, there's no need.
If Ima decided to do everything for me to remind me that I have a test and she will see it and she nagged me, now her motor is working, my motor shut down. Do we understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh?
Crystal clear, Kodaram.
Crystal clear. Very good. So now let's go to practical. If you'll stop what you're doing, stop pushing the child, which you're not accustomed to remind him, to nag him. He's not gonna be overnight a person with motivation. It's not gonna happen, I'm telling you in advance. Overnight is not gonna happen. It will make the opposite. When you will stop to move him, it will be like a robot. He will be בכלל lost. Until when? That one day he will find himself alone in nowhere's land. Then he will wake up. Okay, I have to take myself into my own hands. And then he will start to take responsibilities. It's very much understandable that what? That you have to watch the process, stop criticism totally, and give him encouragement. And you pay attention to every change. When you see a change, it says, Kol hakavod, I see that you're starting to read. You starting to read. I'm not nagging you to read. You starting. Very good, very good. With this encouragement, the child will understand, Ima is not my secretary, Abba is not my servant. The kids today, they don't care. Why they don't care? Why? Because they know the parents will take care of it. So let me tell you, to correct a mistake, it takes time. Now you have to be very patient. You have to adapt what I told you, because there is no other way. To do everything for the child, and you think that he will be motivated, biggest mistake that you can do. It's not going to happen. On the contrary. So I want you to understand that it's a process that takes long time. And you need, again, which is the magic words? What is the magic word in chinuch?
Patience?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
What was the magic word, Kevod Harav?
Patience, sablanut, sablanut. What does it mean, sablanut?
Watch the process.
Patient.
What's the
Sabal.
meaning? What's the meaning in Hebrew?
Sabal.
Very good. Maze Sabal is a porter. You know, he carry things on his back. Sablanut meaning we have to carry all this. I know it's difficult, it's heavy, not comfortable. I know. But who promised you that it's going to be comfortable? You're investing for the longer term. the child will know there is a consequence for everything. I woke up late. I lost time of Kriyat Shema. You think today they care if they got up late? Go tell a child, you know, you woke up late, you lost Kriyat Shema. You think he cares?
No.
Well, why is it? It's not my problem. Why didn't you wake me up? Now it became your problem.
Quote Rav, some adults don't care. Sadly to say. I said some adults don't care, sadly to say, how much more so a child.
Because it's coming from childhood. Yes,
Right.
that's what you see. And yet they can blame everybody else. Why didn't you wake me up if it's so important? What is important for me? Or should be important for you? The kids will dump everything on us because they see that we care more than them. So why they should put an effort?
How do you apply this to like 3-4-year-olds? Like I understand school age children where they can take initiative, but let's say a 3-year-old, do you like give them the clothes to wear, you know, make sure they know where the shoes are? How do you apply it to younger children?
You prepare all this next to the bed in the night before. A house that goes on a structure, we're not going to look for the shoes in the morning. At nighttime, everybody has something next to his bed, a chair or something, and the clothing are on this already for tomorrow. After they chose which shirt they want to take, which pants they're going to take, a skirt or something, already done from the night before.
Do you still give them a time limit, let's say with breakfast, or like in other cases with the younger kids, how does it apply?
The bus is coming, let's say 7:30. Okay, by 7:25, we're gonna be by the bus stop. That's it. Mommy, I'm hungry, I didn't eat breakfast. You'll manage on your own. So, that's the consequence. But we as mothers, my son will go to school without a breakfast. How can it be? I'm a bad Ima. So you know what? Let him eat and I'll take him to school. Yes or no? That's what we're doing?
Yes, we're doing that.
I know that you're afraid even to talk. I know that. But such a mistake. Don't worry, he will not die from starvation, I promise you. He'll manage. But at least he'll learn consequence. This is our job as parents. Okay? Any questions?
Is it okay to let them live on their own, like when they are 19, 20, to be motivated and like do their own things? And what do you think?
But you have to have still, you know, we want you home at a certain time.
No, let them live on their own, like separate. Let's say they are 18, 19, and they're still not motivated. And you want to teach them, is it okay to let them live on their own, like separate?
To live away from the parents, I think is what she's saying.
No. We should send them a message. Your problem is not our problem. We are responsible for what we're responsible. Today we became everything. We the chauffeur, we are the secretary, we are the shamash, and this, and yet we get all the blames.
And we think we're the best parents doing that. Sadly.
Kavod Harav,
Yes, Rina.
quick question. I was wondering if the child doesn't want your help, right? And you do not give the help with the homework, but then the child gets used to not working, like not putting in as much effort as you think the child should. They say, it's okay. It's all right. But isn't the child learning not to try? Okay.
One day they will go up. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's my fear. I always see them as adults. So for me, it kind of makes me more anxious if they're already giving up before they even try. Wait.
Sablanut.
Okay.
They have to understand everything on their own. They will learn the consequences.
Are we allowed to say that Hashem rewards our effort?
You can talk about Hashem all day long.
No, I'm not saying lecture. I'm just like saying, like, just
Yeah.
to say it lightly and then let it go, like to let it marinate.
You know, Hashem gave us koach, and we have to utilize it, and we have to do this. There is many things that need to be discussed here. You know, how to bring HaKadosh Baruch Hu into the house and to show the kids the beauty of everything and the appreciation and so on. But this is a different topic that we'll get to it.
Okay.
If you recall, once I told you in my yeshiva, we had a principal for the preschool. She was a lady, very good in chinuch, very good. I respected her a lot, and it was mutual, and we used to discuss. One day, a mother walked into the yeshiva at 10 o'clock. And the principal was there, and I was there also. We were talking by the hallway. And the principal turning to the mother and said, yes, how can we help you? She said, oh, I came to give the lunch to my child. He forgot his lunch at home. And she came with a bag. The principal, without even hesitating a second, she said, you can take it back home, it's okay. He said, why should I take it home? I'm here already, let me give it to my child. She said, no. Why not? So she said to her, "You're not the servant and you're not the secretary. And you have to teach the child that if he will forget the lunch at home, there is a consequence for this." Imagine you, the mother. What are you going to say about the principal? She's a witch. She has no heart. How can she talk to me like that? I came all the way up from my house, and that's how she sent me out. Yes or no?
Yes.
And now she is the expert, you not. So instead of saying, interesting. You're going home, my child, scared. What gonna eat? What is he gonna eat all day? Like he's in the desert. And the principal told her, "Don't worry, we'll take care of him. We're gonna feed him very nicely." Lunchtime came. The child couldn't care less that he didn't bring a lunch. Why? Because he knew we were gonna buy him, here, there. Who cared?
The mother.
He's having fun, and Ima eating herself alive, calling the Abba, saying, "Don't ask what happened. What a principle is this? Mean. She told me to take the lunch back home. Why does she care?"
Well, then we're surprised why our kids are picky eaters.
No, we don't let them learn consequences.
Oh.
It's a problem. So that's why they're always coming back to us. It's your fault. Why? You didn't design me well enough. Do you hear that? Huh? You weren't responsible enough. It's our responsibility. The kids coming back to us. Aren't you tired of being blamed?
Yes, Rav.
And I hear the mother all the time, "My child, misken, he's not misken. Don't have so much pity on them." Let them be responsible. I remember myself. Nobody prepared me for the bar mitzvah. I prepared myself. I
Right.
don't remember my parents even one time asking me, do you know? Did you learn? That's your problem. You want to get embarrassed? Okay.
No, you were a responsible person. Not all the children, they are responsible.
No, I was not that responsible. I learned.
Well, Rav, I want to understand you correctly. You put the tools for them to be able to choose the right path and then let them be responsible, or just let them be?
You took him to school. you fulfill your responsibility. From now on, you pay for the school, meaning you prepare everything. Now you are the main actor, you have to perform. Is the actor on stage calling to the producer to act for him? Either I will act, either you act.
Wow, but you know, these days kids are not that responsible.
They will learn. Let them
They're
get
very,
spanked.
they're
Let
very,
them get spanked.
they're very immature. You know, you have to tell them every little thing to do.
One day they'll mature.
Before,
We don't let them mature. We don't let them because we're doing everything for them while immature. For what?
it's not that we don't let them, it's just then they don't do it themselves. They don't act maturely and responsibly, no matter what, no matter how many times you tell them you are responsible for this.
I'm responsible? No. No. So here we go. You have to wake him up. You have to make sure that they brush their teeth. And you have to make sure they wash their hands. And you have to make sure, okay, that they dress properly. And you have to find the shoes. And you have to find the socks. And you have to find everything. And you have to serve him breakfast. And you have to take him to the bus stop. Right? And you have to help him with the homework. And you have to, everything is you. So why should he move?
Kavod, we don't use the magic word like you said. We don't have patience. That's why we don't let them move. We do it for them because we have no patience.
We do everything for them. So why should I move if I have 20 secretaries? Why should I move? And it's your choice.
Rabbi, should we tell them like straight?
What
That
are them?
responsibility, this is what you have to do, like tell them, talk to them and tell them.
Listen to me. This is your responsibility. Homework is your responsibility. I'm not going to get involved. No.
Like that. We don't want to get involved and this is your responsibility.
Rob, what if we stop getting involved in the homework and then we got a call from the teacher saying that we need to start getting more involved with our kids because the kids, and I guess the consequences in school weren't enough for them.
I'll tell you what I will say back to the teacher. I will tell the teacher since when it's my problem. I don't sit in your classroom, but your child is failing, let them fail. You're not used to this, right?
No.
כבוד הרב,
I'm
כבוד
listening.
הרב,
Brother. כן.
I have a student that didn't do homework at all. And every time I asked him why, he said, my mother on vacation, nobody is home. The mother is not home. The mother is not home.
Yeah.
So I sat with him and I told him, listen, you don't need your mother. I am telling you what to do. We're going through the all homework. I'm telling you that you know the answers, you know it. You just need to sit alone and do it. Since then, there is not a day that he's gonna miss his homework. He doesn't need his mother anymore.
Good,
He doesn't need help anymore.
good. Very
But it
good.
doesn't work for everybody. I had another student, the same situation, but the other student take advantage. There is nobody home. He doesn't want to do it. The other one is very responsible. He
Okay,
wanted.
okay.
Yeah.
So this one saved himself, and this one will learn the hard way. You know, some people learn the easy way, and some people learn the hard way. What can we do?
Rav, can I ask a question?
Yes.
We're talking right now about children that are developing appropriately, and we're not talking about any special needs here, right? We're
No.
not talking about
No,
any
no,
specific
no.
cases.
No.
Just a lack of motivation and a lack of responsibility. That's where let's say the failing grades would be stemming from, because not because the child is incapable, but rather because the child is being irresponsible. That's what we're discussing, right? Okay, good. I just want to make sure to know that we're speaking about that type of
Yeah, yeah, you understood very well.
Okay.
Talking about regular kids, capable kids, they know they're just not motivated because they got used to the secretary. Like she said before, my mother, she is on vacation. I cannot do homework. Meaning the secretary is not here to type it. That's exactly what it is. So I hope that you got the message.
loud and clear of.
Okay, so take the burden off your shoulders. I hope that you're gonna weigh much lighter now. One responsibility less. If the principal will call and say, you know, we're gonna have to leave your child another year in the same classes. Fine enough. That's what he wants, and that's what he got. Why it's our problem? I know it's difficult to accept it because it's my child. How can it be? But it's not your child, this is Hashem's child. And you have a job to do. And you have to teach this child there is a consequence. Because otherwise, even to keep Torah and the mitzvot is going to be a struggle for him. He will not understand the concept if you do Chilul Shabbat or this, there is a consequence. So,
Rabbi, quick question, please.
yeah, yeah.
I have a friend who has custody of her granddaughter, and how can she do a one-on-one session with you?
Let her call me up, and I have to hear the whole story.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more now.
Yeah.
So call you or text you, which is better?
Yeah.
Either?
Either or, it's fine with me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you got the message, everybody?
Yes, Rav.
Yeah?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you.
Let's go to work. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Mirza Hashem.
Yes.
And then one more time at 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Thank you,
Thank
Rav.
you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And the topic for tomorrow night will be, I will tell you in advance so you can prepare yourself.
Thank you.
So we can fasten our
Drum roll.
seatbelts.
Emotionally, you should, okay? You can prepare. Our kids don't want to help at home.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well,
They don't
thank
want to
you.
help.
This is probably gonna be a 2-hour class.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Oh,
Okay.
we have a lot to say.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you, Rob.
See
Have
you
a good
tomorrow
night.
night, tomorrow,
you.
Yes.
1 o'clock,
Yes.
or if not, so tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the session.
Very good.
Looking forward.
Thank you,
Good night,
Rabbi.
everybody. Good night.
Have a good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.